And here we are again. Max has just been spinning for like 10 to 20 minutes while I took a break, as I've been doing between each of these. And it's really sort of helping me stay on top. I think I'm over the whole noir bit now. It might come back one or two times, but let's go. I don't want dual Ingrams. I don't want Daniel Ingrams. I only wanted one big. Well, I only wanted one big Buck Rogers shot. Oh boy! I can do this one. Tusk. Do you know how long? Do you know how far I have been running? You will get no presents. Come out here and face me like a man. You cannot hide from me. Told you. You cannot hide from me. Beware my breath. Okay, there are 2 more bottles of painkillers down here. And a whole lot of explosions up there. Well, now that I know that they have grenades, I mean that looks like a grenade hole. If the grenade stuck to the wall. Ah, so I have to go this way. Well, that's where the floor was. Oh, wait. I was careful. Perhaps not careful enough. I fell to the floor below and died. Or at least, that's what I imagined happening. Thankfully, I didn't try to jump. It would have been disastrous. My action dive would have caused me to fall to the floor below. And I didn't want to have to and I would rather not die tonight. As I stepped off the balcony, the entire thing fell to the first floor, cutting off my way back. I opened the door and was immediately fired upon. Now I was unable to get to those painkillers that I'd left in the bathroom. There was a guy to my left. He attempted to fire on me, but he missed both shots. I blasted him before he was able to take me, but another guy came out from behind the wall. I checked the closets, hoping for a replacement bottle of painkillers. Unfortunately, it seemed that my luck had run out. Until it hadn't. Another TV. I turned it on and watched the fireworks as it exploded. As one of my own bullets passed through the screen. If there was one thing you couldn't say, is that destroying a TV like that wasn't entertaining. I jumped through the window, exiting the apartment and entering a new loading zone. Chapter 6: The Alternate Route. The screen showed. I was still within part 1, The American Dream. Quite a ways off from the end of the game. See, it's gonna come back. It'll come back every once in a while. Then a cutscene happened.
The bombs had destroyed all the stairs up to Lupino's office.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
The alternate route led there by way of adjoining rooftops.
I had a feeling I was going to be imagining a lot more.
It's never been this
exploring
cold.
many more.
Never ever. It's like the sky's falling.
Yes, sir. It's the end of the world as we know it.
And I don't feel fine. I don't feel anything. Not a thing.
I'm freezing my butt off.
I practically got caught in the stairs, but I made my way out and jumped across to the staircase so I could walk down. I dropped off the fire escape into a dumpster. Well, the edge of a dumpster. And it fell to the floor. I walked up to the two at the fire, and I attempted to talk to them. Both of them staying quiet, paying attention to themselves, completely enraptured by the fact that their fingers are slowly succumbing to frostbite, and would eventually have to either be cut off or fall off. Tragic story for those that partake in V. I'd been referring to the drug as V because I had actually forgotten the name of the drug. And V being a letter was short and simple to remember.
To get to the roof, I'd need to get to the elevator through the locked door up ahead.
It was a secondary door, opening to an alleyway. I was cautious, looking left and right, making sure there was no one to fire upon me, and there wasn't. A couple of adjacent buildings and some doors that I could try. I tried the furthest one. Nothing. Locked. Then, the next closest. It was lit up. It opened to my touch. A rat making its way outside before returning inside and contacting it and phasing through a secondary rat as the second one followed it through. Playing. Having fun. Of all time. I heard a man whistling as he came near. I prepared my my sawed-off shotgun. Apparently the room had the same idea, as I stepped into some additional shotgun ammo. This was a stock room. Various types of ammo lined up on the shelves. I peeked around the corner, not seeing anybody. I got a bit closer.
I think I died.
I could hear two drug users doing nothing, standing, interacting with one another. Nary a word being said. They began to panic, but settled down. A man who was clearly further within.
You're gonna die.
They were whispering directly into my ear, very loud. "Shut up, will ya?" I said, alerting the men at the top of the stairs. I got ready, switched to my pump-action shotgun, and dove out and fired upon him. My vision reset, preventing me from aiming at him. I still got him and his two buddies, emerging unscathed. I emerged unscathed, having taken no damage. One had a Beretta, one a Desert Eagle, and everybody, and the three drug addicts at the bottom of the stairs had way too much. There was nobody. An empty hallway. A mysterious shadow cast on the floor. I wasn't sure what it was.
I'm gonna die.
Upon closer inspection, it appeared to possibly be dried blood, or dirt tracked in. Two men came around the corner, attempted to take me out. I got both of them, but there might have been more. I waited a few seconds. The rat's feet pitter-pattering against the liquid on the ground, on the floor. Another user of V, hanging around at the bottom of the stairs. I took a peek up the stairs as they buzzed in my ear. I was sick of their yapping. I was sick of their crazed rambling. I was gonna shut them up once and for all. They let out a pair of violent screams as I shot into them, silencing them permanently, preventing them from whispering in my ear anymore. The madness over temporarily, but it was only to get worse. I was making my way upward, opening door after door.
Don't shoot. I ain't.
You know the clowns at the laundry?
Me? No.
You're no good
Oh.
to me then.
What? No. The laundry. Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Get me in there.
Okay.
I looked around, attempted to open a locked door. No luck. I tried to shoot out one of the windows. Apparently they didn't.
Just so you win, and I'm there.
Apparently they had installed bulletproof
got
glass
the gun.
and couldn't actually
You
destroy
make the
them.
rules.
You've got the gun, he says, acting as if I was in control of anything. There were 2 bottles of painkillers.
Just so you win, and I'm there. Hey, you got the gun.
There were 2 bottles of painkillers in the closet. I used 2 sets of them to fill my health completely and grabbed them. My Desert Eagle ammo was full, so I pulled it out and decided to use a bit. The guy that was in the room began following me. Following my lead. I went around. Unfortunately, the stairs had been destroyed, and I had to go all the way back down to the bottom of the building and have him let me into the laundromat. He kept a light distance from me, respecting some personal space. I would have enjoyed it had I not had an incredible distrust of the man.
It's coming. You're gonna die.
You're gonna die, they said, threatening me,
It's coming.
seemingly threatening me.
It's coming.
My blood was boiling, anger rising.
It's coming.
Just so you win, and I'm there.
The constant talking getting to my psyche, my mind cracking beneath the pressure. Then, all at once, a gunshot. I had fired upon him. He pulled his gun. I was forced to take the lot of them out.
No problem, man. I'll come to the laundromat with you. I'll get you in.
What had I done? I'd taken out 3 innocent bystanders who were just standing there, rambling, spouting gibberish. But their words had driven me insane. I wasn't gonna take their constant yammering anymore. They all had to be silenced. Unless they were quiet enough to let me pass by. He did what he said. Open the door for me. Let me in. Another loading zone coming to pass. I waited as the white bar completely filled with the blood of the people that I'd spilled of the men that had fired upon me, and those who hadn't.
It's me. Open up. Let me in, quick.
Not so fast.
Then another saving
password.
spot.
John who?
Come on. Oh, okay, John. Whoa.
All right. Come right in.
It's a trap.
There he is.
I fired a shot of my shotgun. Attempting to hit the man that had kept the door closed. I missed though, firing upon the man that had gotten it open for me. I had fully intended for him to be able to survive. Unfortunately, fate had other plans. I fired upon and killed everybody inside of in the room, making my way around to grab as many objects as many of the items as I could. There's a counterfeit operation, money launder, not quite money
It
laundering.
was dirty money.
It was dirty money clearly used to buy things, but also they had been playing a game of poker where seemingly the entire deck was comprised of the ace of diamonds. I wholeheartedly approved. I entered a room toward the back. A man immediately started firing upon me with 2 Berettas. Thankfully, I had 8 bottles of painkillers and was able to heal most of the damage. I wasn't seeing any more painkillers, but that didn't mean. But clearly I was clearly going to find some more. And just as I said that, I found 2 more bottles and picked both of them up after using another. Another pump-action shotgun was on the ground. I picked it up, drained 1 shell out of it, and tossed the rest of it into a nearby refuse bin. I saw a couple of boxes on the shelf, hoping that some loot would pop out. Unfortunately, nothing. It was a cash register. I pushed the button to activate the funny little noise, then I fired on it. The register opened. Money in the cash, money in the drawer. I tried to grab it, but a clean wiped glass plate ensured that it was more of a display fixture than an actual cash register. The money was inaccessible. Couldn't grab any of it. There was an elevator. Cheesy, smooth jazz music played as I tried to avoid it by going in an adjacent door. The door was locked. I had no choice. I had to go into the cheesy elevator. In I walked, but nothing. I re-angled myself as the smooth jazz threatened to cause me to go deaf. Slowly, I began to want to fall asleep, but then the doors opened, and I knew I had to be on high alert. The smooth jazz had dulled my senses. No longer at full brain capacity. I pushed the button in an attempt to close the door and keep the music from throwing me off any further, but it was useless. I heard into the radio. The same 4 phrases being on a loop with intermittent static looping them together. The wall appeared to be damaged. I took out my bat and tried to break it. Nothing. I figured it would probably require more firepower, so I fired upon it with a shotgun. Nothing. It didn't budge. I pulled the baseball bat out again, before realizing it was a really stupid idea and pulled up my sawed-off. Not as stupid, but not quite better. I opened the door. A man's loud whistling was blowing my eardrums out. Ah, my ears! I said aloud. Muffled by the whistling of the man that was in the room. I couldn't see anybody, but I knew he was in there. His alarm song tipping me off to his presence. He was in the bathroom. I hid behind the counter, waited for him to come around the corner, and blew him away. I checked the bathroom. The only thing in there was a toilet. This sick son of a bitch hadn't even washed his hands. I walked up to the TV, beer bottles strewed about, and I pushed the button to see what was on. It was a news report, clearly.
New York City is in crisis tonight, with reports of Valkyr-related gang war in the streets
It was
of the
Valkyr.
Bronx.
That was it.
Apparently, Max Payne, wanted for questioning in connection with the slaying of a DEA special agent earlier tonight, is waging a one-man war against his former partners in crime. Among the list of casualties so far are notorious mafia members Joey and Virgilio Finito, as well as Rico Muerte, himself a fugitive from the law, and a suspect for several murders in the Chicago area. The NYPD has been placed on full alert. A citywide APB has been put out on Max Payne. Deputy Chief Jim Bravura has promised to take whatever steps necessary to bring him to justice. What those steps may be remains to be seen. For NYCNN TV News, this is Kira Silver.
So that was it. The story was taking place in New York. I'd finally cracked the case. I took out my Beretta and set off the fireworks of the TV. Nobody would ever hear the news story again if I had my way. There was some Beretta ammo in a nearby closet. Like I did so many other times, I turned the sink on. If the dead man wasn't going to wash his hands, wasn't going to use the sink to wash his hands, I was going to use the sink for fun. It didn't appear that he left anything in the toilet unflushed, but just in case, I flushed it for him. I stepped out of the apartment and looked around. there didn't seem to be anything anywhere I could go. But then I remembered, windows can sometimes be how you the way to progress, and I was right. I could see the 3D models of the buildings through the glass, and I fired onto the I fired my gun through the glass. I fired my gun into the window and broke it open. I took a step back, and then jump dodge through, then shoot dodge jump through. I was crouching on a roof, looking around. It was the access point that I needed to get into the penthouse apartment I was seeking to get into. I couldn't quite remember what the name of the guy was that who I would come here for, but it was his penthouse I was here to ransack. I jumped through the window, breaking the I jumped through the window, breaking it, and being taken off guard with my rashness. I killed the 2 guys in the apartment with my Beretta.
It's not me talking to the pink flamingo, but someone who looks the part down to the finest detail. It says that he's evil. I'm in the shadows, watching it all unfold. The flamingo speaks.
A movie was playing on the TV.
It says,
the background sound of the program was irritating me, so I blew a hole through the TV. A long, droning sound. Moderate in pitch, but highly annoying. I opened the pantry in the kitchen, checking for items, and found some Ingram ammo. Without realizing, I'd started up the noir bit again. Every time I seemed to be free of it, it pulled me back in. I shot out the glass, trying to get the attention of anybody on the other side. But it looked like there wasn't anybody there. I reloaded my Beretta, topped it up even, then swapped to the pump action, rendering my reload useless. I jumped through the window, breaking the glass on my face, and the frame on my chest. Okay. I had to be careful. If I fell off these pipes, it would be game over. Literally, I've died. Thankfully, I didn't fall, and I was able to proceed toward the penthouse I seek entry in. Then, another loading zone. It was Chapter 6, a citywide APB. Still Part 1, the American Dream. Okay, yeah. Once I get to an in-engine spot, I'm gonna pause it. I'm guessing there's gonna be a cutscene. Again. I also don't know how many parts there are and how many... Oh, okay. No, there is no cutscene. Alright. Let's, yeah. Max holding a Molotov. That's what we're gonna have going. Alright. So there's another episode. Right there. I'm gonna keep on doing this bit, probably. We'll find out what's going on. Let's keep going. Let's keep this game moving. Keep this gameplay going. And keep on keeping on with the thing. I'll be back with the next episode. I don't know. It depends on when these get uploaded. But yeah, I'll be up in the next episode after. Yeah, join me next time for more Max Payne 1. I will be right back. What am I talking about? This isn't a BRB situation. This is a Let's Play video. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one. And I'll see you later.